So, welcome to episode 2 of Drunk Wingman. All right, so let's just introduce everybody. Marianne, you go first.
My name is Marianne. I'm 46 and I live in Las Vegas.
And what are you looking for?
What am I looking for? Just companionship or a hookup, not anything serious.
From a man?
Disclaimer, do not get attached.
So you are like a guy.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, so you're looking for a guy or a female?
No,
or
one,
both?
female.
Both?
Female.
But why just female? I mean, because they can be crazy too, right?
Oh, yeah, they can.
So that could be worse. Don't you think so?
it
So why, I mean, because I know you've gone both ways before. So why are you just going female now?
It has been my experience that I have a better sexual experience with women than I do with men.
Interesting. What do you think about that, Josh?
Poor thing, disregard. Put cotton balls in.
Okay, then we're going to move on to Joshua. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Josh. I'm 16 and I live in Las Vegas.
And what are you looking for?
Female. Okay.
Because your experiences have also been better with females?
Well, I've never experienced it with males, so.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love that. Okay. All right, so we're going to play a game, okay, a drinking game. The first one's going to be called Never Have I Ever. So
Okay.
Okay,
Who's going to stop the first question? You?
Yeah, I'll start.
Okay.
Okay, so I got a lot of notes here. Okay, never have I ever run from the cops.
I have not.
I have not.
Oh man, I gave you guys.
You thought I had ran from the cops, probably.
I thought you done everything in my list, but go. All right then, Marianne's your turn.
All right, never have I ever gone skinny dipping. Really?
No, yeah, that was actually one of my questions. All right.
Damn it! I have to drink now.
That's not how the game played, but anytime you want to
shot down by my own question. All right, go.
All right, Josh.
I said, never have I ever cheated on someone.
Damn it!
Oh shit!
This is not going good.
All right. Oh. Okay. Never have I ever been to an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting or any kind of drug rehab.
No.
Not saying that we shouldn't, just we never have. Okay. All right, Mary.
Oh my God. Okay. Never have I ever been hospitalized.
What does that mean? You mean been in a hospital, or you mean like insane asylum hospitalized, or what do you mean?
No, hospitalized like you got shot or
like overnight? Okay.
Yeah, over.
All right.
What happened?
I've actually been in the hospital besides having the girls for I've been hospitalized for migraines.
Yeah, you get them really bad. No, I was in a car accident really bad when I was 15 with my sister. So we had to stay.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah. So that was the only time. All right, Josh, your turn.
Okay. Never have I ever done cocaine.
Not me. Damn, that's cold-blooded, Josh. Oh.
Oh, oh man. Give me these questions, Josh. By the way, Joshua is my son, so all right. Okay.
Where he gets it from?
Yeah. Okay. Never have I ever snuck out of my house.
No.
I knew. Oh,
I
many
think you know me a little too
many
well.
many times or just once?
Me?
Yeah.
When I was a teenager, plenty of times
For what reason? Just because?
to get out. I ran away from home one time so I could let them that was the final straw to let me move to Mexico at the time.
Was that when you were 300 pounds?
No, it was after the 300-pound things.
Oh, okay.
I,
Because if
I had
you're
I lost my weight, but most of it by the time I was 13, 14.
from not doing cocaine.
No, I wish I had some, you know. I never wanted to touch the stuff. I had
Right.
too many protective people around me that
You need
let
to
me
know the
touch it.
secret. How did you lose all that weight back then?
Diet and exercise.
Get the fuck out of here. When you were like 11 years old?
Herbalife. Remember Herbalife?
When you were in Mexico?
No, I lost the weight here in the States before I moved to Mexico.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay. So you did that when you snuck out when you were here in the States. Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Because I moved to Mexico when I was 15. So,
That's right.
but
You're born in, you're here and you moved back for a while.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I remember. Okay. All right, Josh, your turn.
Never have I ever faked an orgasm.
I hate you right now. Freaking hate you right now. I don't like you, Josh.
Fuck. I am so drunk already. Oh God. Okay.
Jesus Christ. Just wait. You're going to have to figure that shit out, Josh.
Oh my God.
If they're taking it or not.
Oh, all right.
Are you alive?
Yeah. Okay. Never have I ever won the lottery.
Yeah, I won the lottery.
Well,
Really?
I was hoping with this last one.
Yeah, I was hoping so too. I was really hoping for this one. I could have had all kind of side hoes.
I
Shoot.
could have had lipo, but
Yeah, you could have had lipo, a house, everything.
I
You could-
probably over spilled lipo.
Yeah, seriously.
All right, your turn.
Never have I ever been on a solo road trip.
No, me neither. And
I have.
Joshua can't drive.
Joshua
Wait,
can't
you
drive
just-
yet. Well,
you just said
wait.
never have I ever. How you? you
Okay, I
the
fucked
point-
it up. Okay, I wrote down maybe a couple of
Did you
questions
want
that
to?
I wasn't thinking.
If
I
you
wasn't
want to drink, I
thinking.
guess you can.
I guess I wanted to drink. Jesus.
Oh my God.
Stop being so judgmental.
Okay. All right, Josh.
Okay. Never have I ever sent news to the wrong person.
Said what?
Oh my God. Have I sent you naked pictures by accident before? I have
Not
not.
by accident, on purpose, but
Yeah,
not by
but
accident.
Joshua, have I ever sent you naked pictures
No.
on
No.
purpose? All
No.
right. Still, I got a drink.
Not naked pictures. No, I've never sent it to the wrong person.
What have you sent by accident?
I've sent the text messages to the wrong person.
But anything like other than, nothing that's a big deal?
Yeah, no, not anything that's been a big deal. Just the
Oh,
wrong
who cares?
text. It. Yeah. Oh boy.
All right. Okay. Never have I ever walked a picket line or protested
I have.
with our wonderful culinary union.
Our wonderful union
All right.
that backstabbed us.
Yeah, totally worth it, wasn't it? And now look where you are.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Getting drunk on a show.
Yeah.
Go
All
figure.
right, Josh, your turn.
Never have I ever dined and dashed.
No, I was going to think about that one too. That would be fucked up. I think because maybe you and I, Marianne, have always been in the service industry.
Yeah.
Do you think if you weren't though, you would have done that maybe thinking that was funny or something?
You know what? I was pretty messed up as a teenager in my early 20s, and still I never did that.
That's, you know what? Actually, I remember when I lived in LA and I was with my ex-boyfriend and his friend and the friend's girlfriend told me that they had done that. And I think she worked at like Red Robin or something as a server. That is majorly fucked up.
Oof. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is.
Because I remember I had that happen to me. I think it was at a Chili's when I first got my job here in town. That is, I mean, that is fucked up because it's usually
Yikes.
you end up paying for it.
Mhm.
Sometimes your boss will be nice enough to be like, "Oh, it's okay," or
But
what.
not all. Yeah,
Yeah,
not always.
mostly
It comes out of your
you're
pocket.
responsible for it. Yeah, that's not even like that's not even funny. That's just like a fucked up thing to do. Don't you think so?
For sure. No.
100%. Joshua, do you know anybody who's done that?
No, I don't.
All right. Okay. All right, we're gonna do one more round. Okay. Never have I ever got a tattoo. I know you're gonna drink, Marianne.
Damn it.
Drink.
That's not fair.
Yeah, I know.
Ooh, I got one.
Okay.
Never have I ever lied to my parents, Josh.
Why do you have to think about that one? You know you got to drink.
I don't have anything to drink.
But you would if you did, right?
Yeah.
What have you lied to me about?
Well, and the point of life is that you don't know what I lied about.
Let me just show something here. Okay, so I'm gonna share a screenshot a whiteboard. Okay. All right, here we go. So, okay, so I got a letter from Joshua's school that he was in the top 47%. So I just thought I would lay this out. Okay, so 90% is A. You guys can see this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 80% is B. Like these are like the minimum of getting A or B, right? 70% is C.
This is not the same thing.
No, okay, let me just explain. I got a letter from Joshua's school that he was, congratulations, mom. Your son is in this top 47% of his age group all across Nevada. Okay, so I had to ask Siri what this meant. So I had to write this out. So here we go. 70% is the minimum for C. 60% is the minimum for D. So he's in the top 47%. Okay, so we got
How did they even come to that? Like,
yeah,
seriously,
right.
90%
I mean,
A,
that is a straight up
80% no,
almost F.
No,
Right.
no.
So because it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 47%. Here you are, Joshua. You're 3 points away from getting a fucking F.
No. Doesn't it mean
not right.
Doesn't it mean like the top 47%, meaning closer to the bottom, as in like
From the top?
You are closer to the top by 3%. That is correct.
No. Like, isn't it the other way around?
What do you mean? The other way around would be worse. Look, 10%, right? Because 100 is 100%, obviously. 90% is 10%. Yes?
Yeah, no, but I'm in the top 47%.
Correct. So 60 is 40%. 47% is 3 points, 3% above F.
Oh, okay.
I know I'm drunk, right?
I understand.
So
I understand.
Yeah, but honestly, the numbers don't make. How is it 90% A, 80% B, 70%?
Because 100%.
No. I get it now.
100% to 90% is an A.
Oh, okay.
80% is the minimum
gotcha.
for A. 80% is a minimum for B. So if you got 79% to 70, you got a C.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 69%.
Wait, why are you comparing this? Why are you comparing this to grades, though?
I'm not comparing to grades. I'm just saying you're in the top 47%. So congratulations. That's all I'm saying.
No, but there's letters next to each one, so you're clearly comparing this to a grade.
I'm not comparing it. I'm just telling you where you're at. You're
It's
almost
a comparison because you're showing me next to a list of A, B, C's, D's, and F's.
You're between D and F, and you're closer to F because you're in top 47%. You're 3%.
Yeah, but this has nothing to do with what my grades are, though.
But that's where you rank in class. Listen, the point is, you continue on this road.
This is where I rank. This is where I rank. Okay, in like the ACT practice test category. This has nothing to do with my GPA or anything else.
That's not what the letter said. The letter said,
no, they send that letter out every time we take a test once a quarter.
I've
Okay.
only got it one time. It's a congratulations, your kid is in the top 47%. Like
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
supposed to give you a cake or something.
No, but
Well,
that's
I'm
not that's not
sorry,
my
like
point.
the
My point is this has
CCSD
nothing to do
hasn't
with
done
how.
anything right. The CCSD has not done anything right since last March.
Totally agree.
They dropped the ball on so many things. I already told you how I'm struggling over here on that end too. So it's a
Completely
crock of
agree.
shit.
And
It's a
that
crock-
actually brings me to my next question. Do you guys think that you've gotten smarter or dumber in quarantine? Dumber?
Yeah.
Because why? Because of the online school, Josh?
Well, yeah, and we didn't have school for like 4 months at the beginning of last year. So.
You didn't have school at all, online or in
Well, yeah, I
person?
mean, we did. They sent us like assignments, but we didn't really.
Well, and here's the thing. Last year, from March to May, when they got out of school, they said it didn't count for a grade. So as soon as all the students knew that, they were out.
Did they tell you that, Josh?
Yeah, all we did was get the same grade as we did the previous
Yep.
quarter.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Except we could have like if
They
we
told-
did like some teachers allowed us to do like assignments and we could bring our grade up like 4 or 5 percent, but we didn't have any like
Yeah.
work
Mhm.
that was like required.
Are you backing him up, Marianne? Because I feel like he's just making shit up.
No, he's right. I like it. The principal was fucking stupid enough to say that, hey, this doesn't count towards grades. There's assignments if you want to bring up your grade, but they totally dropped the ball. They totally
No,
dropped.
it was a CCSD thing. They all agreed.
Oh
to
yeah.
it. Okay.
And now with the online school and stuff, the students they feel no accountability. They're not in front of a teacher. It's not like they have to turn in. There's not that face to face, accountability. I already
There is
told you.
no
Struggle.
incentive. Right. So, and I feel like that's correct because even as adults, but especially as teenagers, if you don't have somebody telling you, hey, you got to do this, you're just
Mhm.
gonna do it. Is that true, Josh?
Mhm.
So instead you're going to play games, video games all day long because it really doesn't count.
No, well, I have to. My work counts right now.
Yeah.
I'm talking about last year in March when they canceled school. That work didn't count. That didn't matter. It was all just if we wanted to do it, we could bring our grade up a little bit. But if we didn't do it, all they did was give us whatever grade we had the previous quarter.
Yes.
How did you go to the next grade? Oh, you're still in the same grade from last year, right?
No, well, from last fall, not from last spring.
Well, yeah, because okay, so last spring you were sophomore, this year you're a junior.
No. Last spring I was a freshman. I'm a sophomore now.
I knew that.
Drinking, doll. Keep drinking.
So this year, so last year you were a freshman, this year.
Don't make you do math, right?
You know what? I hate kids. So, all right. Okay. All right. So I think we've beaten this dead horse. Okay.
All right.
All right. So now we're gonna ask some questions here. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. When watching a movie in a theater, the most annoying thing is, Marianne?
Your kids talking and playing and crying.
I would go with that. That's a good one. What about you, Josh?
I was gonna say mostly people crying because
Crying?
yeah, it's really
How
annoying.
many people cry in a theater unless it's like a really super sad movie?
Well, yeah, that. But I mean, I don't know. I like, yeah, or just talking. I mean, but I haven't really had bad like experiences in the theater because usually if I'm with you, we're the ones that are talking and annoying everybody else.
Oh, you talking movie
Oh,
stuff?
shit. I never
no.
talk in movies. I might
Hell no.
whisper,
No,
but I never
no.
talk in movies.
No, when we went, it was with like Justin and like we had like 8 other people with us. I think we went to see Bohemian Rhapsody. Yeah, like you guys were like screaming for like an hour before the movie started.
We were.
Oh my.
Wait, first of all, I don't remember that. But secondly, if it was before the movie, what does that matter? I'm talking about during the movie, right?
Well, but either way, I've never like had to deal with people like talking during a movie. So
Except for Bohemian Rhapsody, is that what you're saying?
yeah, but it was us, so it didn't
But
matter.
you know what? It's because you're so young. Joshua doesn't even remember. Bohemian Rhapsody is like like us
It was
watching.
2 years ago.
It was not 2 years ago. Don't exaggerate. I mean, like you and me, Marianne, were alive during Freddie Mercury's time.
Yes.
Yeah.
good.
So
With
for
people
Joshua,
who
to
thought-
him, that's like us talking about, I don't know, the volcano that erupted in Italy or something. Like to him, that's like history. Like he wasn't even alive during the time, right?
Oh, yeah, that's dinosaur times for him.
Yeah.
What does
Right.
this have to do with people talking in the movie theater?
The point is, like, we have more like a connection to something where, shut up, Marianne. All right.
But that gives you a right to talk in your movie.
Okay.
Oh my God.
All right. Next question. What is something that you didn't want to try, but once you tried it, you loved it? So, like, for me, it was sushi. Like, for the longest time, I was like, gross, slimy, blah, blah, blah. But then I tried it and I was like, this is the most amazing thing ever. So, Marianne.
I was gonna say Lord Tab, but I'll go with sushi.
Lord Tab also, but
Sushi it is.
but you know how some people are like, they'll try it, they're game for anything. Like I'm kind of like, I'm comfortable in what I like. I'm not really, you know, very adventurous, but then every once in a while, if somebody pushes me enough, you know, most of the time.
I like to try. As far as foods go, you already know. I'll try, unless it's something just like, you know, like intestines or eyeballs and stuff. I'm not
Right.
trying. But I'm pretty adventurous as far as like food, and you know, I like.
But is there something that you were like kind of like just pushing because you're like, no, 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 and then you're like, okay, fine, I'll do it.
Well, sushi was actually one of the ones that, you know, one of my ex-girlfriends got me to try. I didn't like it in the beginning, but then I went with somebody else that was more knowledgeable and got me not like the raw stuff right away, and then just
they stepped you into it.
yeah, kind of,
Right.
and then like totally got addicted to it.
Right.
I crave sushi like so bad.
So what about you, Josh?
I was actually going to say sushi too, because I tried it for the first time this year, and I
Really?
actually really never tried it before, but I really liked it.
Yeah,
I mean, especially the stuff we get, I like, because it's not mostly raw; it's usually cooked anyway. So
right, it's Sin City Sushi, right? When we went there.
But I mean, is that like, is all of it like real sushi though, like the cooked stuff? Like,
Well, I'm not sure the terminology, but when I talk about sushi, I mean like the raw fish. I mean, obviously,
Sashimi is the raw,
sashimi
right?
is the raw fish, so that's what I'm referring to. I mean, obviously, there's other things, you know, at a sushi place that you can try, but to me, the raw fish part is the part that most people are like, ew, I don't want to do it.
Yes, and it's usually a texture thing.
Maybe it's a texture thing, or what you think is going to be texture, because I thought raw fish is going to be slimy and just gross, but
Oh no, yeah, no.
but like in my imagination before I tried it, you know what I mean? So then when I tried it, the first thing I think I had that was real raw sushi was salmon, and to me, I didn't realize it was so soft.
Yes.
So, you know, it was so opposite from what I had in my mind that I was like, oh my God, this is so good. So now I'm open to other types of sushi, other fish,
Yes.
just other things in general. What do you think, Josh?
yeah, no, I agree.
But still, like when we go to our sushi place, do you still stick to like the more like the mussels, right? The cooked stuff.
Yeah, I prefer the cooked stuff, but I mean, I'll eat the raw salmon. I don't mind it. And it's just not my first, choice.
Okay, so what's your current obsession? Like, whether it's a show or something that you're doing, or like for me and Marianne, for example, I think our current obsession is working out.
Working out to a particular person, yeah.
Caroline Gervin, which is we work out to a lot of things, and I think I incorporate a lot of different
Yes.
fitness YouTubers, but I think the staple is Caroline Gervin. What about you, Josh?
Right now it's probably movies is my obsession.
Movies, like like you mean like on Hulu and Netflix?
On anything, just in general.
What was the last couple that you watched?
Oh, hold on, I gotta look.
So like Marianne and I think with Red, our friend, I think we're doing Big Sky.
Oh, you guys are doing Big Sky.
Yeah.
I haven't watched that
I
yet.
Well, because I love Ryan Felipe because I just think he's so freaking hot. But
Yep.
spoiler alert. So if you want to sign off now or mute. So he actually is killed off in the first, I think, first.
You know, I don't mind spoiler alerts, so
Right.
that's fine.
But I mean, it's kind of like Game of Thrones where you go, oh my God, how can you kill off the main character and how could this show still go on? But it does. I mean, there's other, great actors to carry it on and the writing is, phenomenal. So that's our current obsession. What about you, Josh?
Well, I just finished Cobra Kai.
The
Did
karate.
you watch the original Karate Kid?
Of course, I've seen the original.
Oh,
Karate Kid.
okay, good.
Okay.
You
No,
need
a
to
lot of
see-
people watched Cobra Kai without watching the original
You-
Karate Kid, so they did.
You
That's
need
why
to
they
see
didn't like
you
it.
need to see the entire trilogy to know what's going on.
Nice.
What's the trilogy? What does that mean?
The first 3 Karate Kid movies.
The original or the
Yeah, you need to see
Yeah,
you need to see the
Jaden
original.
Smith one?
No, not the Jaden Smith one. No, the original ones. You need to see all 3 of them to understand the show.
There was 3 Karate Kids.
Or 3 with Ralph Macchio. Yeah.
Okay, so Josh was acting tough, but when he was like 5 years old, he was really into the Jaden Smith Karate Kid. So,
Oh, I remember that one. Yes.
so real quick, so
I never said I didn't like it.
okay, so the difference between that one and the original Karate Kid was Jaden Smith's family moved to China. And so obviously it's kind of like the same situation. He didn't have any friends. He had to make new friends. So Josh and I were watching this together. And in the movie, Jaden Smith befriends one of the Chinese friends. But during recess, Jaden Smith notices a little Chinese girl sitting on a bench. And so his new Chinese friend says to Jaden Smith, hey, why don't you go talk to her, blah, blah, or are you scared? So I remember I was watching this with Joshua and I turned to him and I was like, are you scared of anything? And then Joshua said to me, I'm not scared of anything except pretty girls. And I said to him, like, mommy? And he said to me, mommy, am I talking to you? That means you're not even close. So do you remember that, Josh?
No, I don't.
So that put me
You know what? Little kids tell the truth like that.
100%.
I've been slapped in the face by my kids one too many
That was
times.
so like in my face. Like here I am thinking I'm like this hot mom and, and he was yelling at me. So anyway, so my point is, Joshua, you don't like the Jaden Smith Karate Kid?
I never said that. I just said it has nothing to do with Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
So Cobra Kai has the original actors. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I never was into the original Karate Kid. So to me, I feel like that's not going to be
but it's really different though. It's more of it's actually kind of more of a teen show. There's a lot of because there's new kids that are like the main characters and stuff.
So it's not like a continuation of the original.
No, it is, but it's just like it's kind of different, it's like less like drama. It's more of like just an action show.
Oh, good. Well, I told you what
Okay.
Jalen is into now, right?
What's Jalen into?
And I hate to admit it, I'm totally into like her anime series because the storylines are so different. Because usually here in the States, everything's always such a happy ending.
Right.
In anime, it's so fucked up.
I never watch anime, so I don't know what it is.
I'll have to send you one of the series that I watch, and it's like totally messed up.
You mean like sexually? Or?
No, just the storylines. You would have to watch it to understand, but the storylines are completely like
Do you
different.
watch it, Josh? Do you watch anime?
I've never watched anime.
Do you know anything about it?
Not really.
Yeah, I don't either. Like to me, it's like unless it's something like I don't know, like South Park, where even though it was animation, adult humor, like I don't think I would be into something like that.
Anime has to originate from Japan. If it's not anime, but like I said, I just like it because the storylines are so messed up and it's so different from all the happy-go-lucky series here in the States.
Well, I do remember when I was young, my mom used to buy me and my sister these comics that were Japanese, and
Oh,
each, but obviously it wasn't anime. It was actually like in a magazine form.
yeah.
Each one would be like the graphics were just scary as fuck. I mean,
Yeah.
it'd be like somebody, coming in and cutting someone's head off, and then they would actually like show like one of
Yep.
the drawings would be like someone getting their head cut off, and it was
Mhm.
scary to us,
Oh yeah. Oh,
so I can just
that's
imagine what that would
like.
be.
Hmm. Some of them are like that for sure.
Okay, now we're going to get into relationships. Okay,
Oh
Marianne,
god.
what's
Oh
a
god.
deal breaker for you in a relationship? Like if somebody's obsessive compulsive, somebody's like checking your phone all the time or texting you nonstop, or
Insecurity and overbearing.
I think kind of those two go hand in hand,
Go
right?
ahead. Yeah, they probably go
If
ahead.
you're insecure, you're going to be like, hey, what are you doing? Who you're with, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't stand that shit. I can't stand the overbear. I don't have time to babysit because I think I know in the past people have been put off by me not being oddly enough a jealous person. I don't. And I'm
I
not a jealous person
And
because
you're
I'm
right. I
not.
think a lot of people equate jealousy with caring, which I think are two different things.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you're confident in your relationship, it's not that you won't get jealous if someone gives you a reason to be jealous. It's just that you trust them enough that they know, whether they're doing something quote wrong or right. And you wouldn't be in a relationship with that person if you didn't trust them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have literally hooked up my exes with people I know. That's like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm too open a mentality, but yeah, the
Yeah.
whole
Waiting for you to hook me up with your ex.
yeah, you don't want to go there.
Yeah, probably not.
You don't want to go there.
So what about you, Josh? What is the deal breaker for you?
Uh, definitely like protection. I guess that would be close to like insecurity. Like just
Yeah,
all
but
know what you're doing. Like you just need to like.
check up on them all the time or keep text bombing them.
Well, I mean that's fine if like we're having like a conversation, but like yeah, if like you don't respond, like just stop texting me till I respond. Yeah.
I think he's talking about me.
Damn it. But it's annoying. Like you already know about my last relationship. It's just like the whole like feeling like you need to call them a certain amount of
Right.
time and just like we get together fine. We don't. I just
But do you think you and I, Marianne, are actually looking at it the wrong way? Do you think maybe you should be that way in a relationship and we are too lackadaisical in that? Because do you think a certain
no.
amount of jealousy is
We have
healthy?
our own personality. We have our own
Right?
personality. We came to it just on life experience and stuff. That's just how we are. There has to be more people like us out there.
I agree. I mean, I feel like if I don't trust that person, I shouldn't be with that person to begin with.
Absolutely.
Right. Because like if I'm mad that someone is texting somebody or seeing somebody, then I really shouldn't be mad at that. I shouldn't be mad at the person that they're with. I should be mad at that person that I'm with, that they're
Yes.
breaking that bond, right?
Yeah.
And if they're breaking that bond, that means that person isn't as into me as I feel like they should be.
Hmm.
So there's no way for you to say, hey, don't text this person or whatever. I mean, you can say that and maybe they'll be better at hiding it, but that doesn't mean that they don't want to be that way. If they don't want to be that way, then that means they shouldn't be with me to begin with, right?
Well, in your gut, if you don't trust that person, just run.
Right. Because
But
I mean, I feel like it is a matter of trust, but it's your expectations too. Because some people expect that if you're with somebody, they
yeah,
shouldn't have any relationships outside of them with the opposite sex, which I don't feel that way. But some people feel that way, and maybe they're correct, and maybe I'm the one that's wrong. Maybe you're the one that's wrong. You
but
know,
you don't think that expectations is a setup for failure?
absolutely. and maybe that's what it is if you meet with somebody that has the same expectations as you. So maybe neither one is wrong, but you have to be with a person that has the same expectations, right?
Yes. Yes. I would think so, because I trust a person until they break that trust. You have to really give.
Everybody has a different definition of breaking that trust.
Oh, true.
Like
Everybody has
somebody would
boundaries.
say like texting another person is breaking that trust, whereas I don't feel like it is.
No, I don't feel like that is at all.
So what do you think, Joshua? I mean,
What?
if you had a girlfriend and she was texting another guy, would
Uh-huh.
you be like, no, now you're with me, you can't text another guy? Or would you be like, yeah,
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
Sometimes
Really.
I feel like a lot of people say that, I'm fine with that, but then in reality, they're not. So do you think, Joshua, you really would be okay with that?
Yeah, no, I would.
All right. Okay. So what are you embarrassed to admit that you like? Like, for example, I love Olivia Newton-John.
I love that.
So if I'm like blasting her on my in my car, if I pull up to a stoplight and my window's down, there's a car next to me, I'm gonna turn that shit down, okay? Because I'm going to admit that I'm kind of embarrassed that so like, but if I was blasting like Chevelle or something like that, I'd be like
It wouldn't be embarrassing.
cool. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm embarrassed to admit that I love the Bee Gees. I love, bread. I love, certain, what be considered as gay or nerdy or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So what's something that maybe you love, but you're embarrassed to admit that you like?
You go first, Josh.
No,
I already said I watch
nothing. Nothing. Come on. I mean, you love Switchfoot. Come on. Tell me you wouldn't be embarrassed that people knew you love Switchfoot.
Who are you talking to?
Who? Remember they were supposed to open for Lifehouse and we got rained out?
Oh, I was talking to her. Okay.
I was like, who the hell is Switchfoot?
Yeah, they're like a emo alternative band, kind of like Lifehouse, but
Should I be embarrassed that I like Lifehouse?
I don't feel like you can. Are you? I mean, that's for you to decide. Are you embarrassed to admit that you like Lifehouse?
Sure. Yeah, I'll say it.
I mean, I'm not embarrassed, but I mean, there's certain things that I have to admit I am embarrassed. Like, I love K-pop, but
oh God, yeah, that you should.
If I had like BTS blasting on my stereo when I'm driving, same thing. If I'm at a stoplight, I'm probably going to turn that down. So,
well, I already admitted to anime. That's embarrassing enough.
That is embarrassing.
And then I do love opera.
You love opera?
Yes.
It's that fat dude, didn't he die?
Oh my God, I love him. Yes. Pavarotti.
Okay, so Andre Bocelli, is that?
Andrea Bocelli. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I remember, so this is kind of shitty for me. So I watched him on, I think he was on American Idol one season. He did. Uh-huh. And I remember I had no idea who he was. And I watched it and I said to myself, and I think I was watching with Justin or somebody, and I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Why can't he open his eyes? And then I realized he was blind. So that was bad on me. So
well, you didn't know who he was either.
I had no idea who he was, but I was like, why can't he open his fucking eyes? So that was, yeah.
And you want to know, this is how like gay I am, is Pavarotti, the big guy that passed away. He was the one that discovered Andrea Bocelli singing on the street.
Really?
Yep.
Made him famous?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you mean on the street? Like
he was singing for tips on the street because he was blind. They didn't have money. It was in
Italy. Where? Like in Italy? Is that where he's from?
Italy, yeah.
Wow, that is an amazing story. Joshua, do you know who we're talking about?
No.
So I don't know what
Pavarotti is like one of the most respected and iconic like opera singer of all time. And Andre Bocelli is actually another one too, right? I mean, for him to
Oh
be
yeah,
an idol
huge.
or whatever, but
Mhm.
he's blind, so obviously when he sings, his eyes are closed, right? Or does he open them sometimes? But it looks
No,
like he's not looking at.
they're open. They're open,
Yeah,
but sometimes they look like they're closed and stuff. But no, they're open for sure.
yeah. So if you don't know, which I didn't know, which I
Yeah.
still was an asshole for being judgmental, but if you don't know that he's blind, you're distracted by the way that he looks because you don't know what the hell he's doing, even though his voice is amazing. And if you don't like opera, obviously you don't really care. I mean,
But
I
he's
feel like
contemporary music too. He's
that's what I'm
actually
saying. Even if you don't like a certain genre or even whatever, I think you can still appreciate the talent that the
is
person has.
absolutely.
Right. Okay, so what kind of changes has the pandemic forced you guys to make? Joshua?
Bueller,
Marianne?
Bueller.
Bueller?
It's forced me into a different career.
So that's what okay, so that's an interesting thing. Like the pandemic obviously is awful,
It's
but it's
it's
horrible. I mean, it's killed hundreds of thousands of people. It's, upended, everyone else's lives, regardless of, if it's that tragic. But is there something you feel like has forced you to make some kind of, reckoning with yourself where you go, okay, you know what, I can only, feel sorry for myself so much. And so now I got to do this.
because I was you already know I was like hugely depressed at the beginning of all this, and I think it's because of the fact that I never even thought about grieving that I lost a 20-year career. Not that you can call it a career here for Vegas standards.
It was.
Is
I,
a
don't-
is
I think anybody who has a job, even if it's at, McDonald's, which I don't want to make it bad, but if you have a job, I feel like that in itself is admirable. Don't you think so? I don't think
yes.
anybody should put someone down with whatever, job where they're, you know, uh, supporting themselves or maybe a family or whatever. I feel like
Yeah,
there's a lot of, there's a lot of shaming in the kind of jobs that you take, I
yeah,
mean, a
for
career
sure.
doesn't necessarily mean, something that you can brag to somebody about. As long as you're supporting yourself and not, um, you know, feeling sorry for yourself and living off, the community or whatever. I feel like there's a lot of shaming in that, and we should stop that because it's
Oh,
okay if you're
absolutely.
just working part-time or if you're just a salesperson or if you're just working at Walmart as a cashier. I mean, I feel like that's just admirable.
All jobs are admirable. I find myself like, oh, I don't care if you work at Lowe's as a cashier, at McDonald's. I mean any work, because if anything, this has been humbling in the whole, looking for a job process. You know
Right,
that.
right.
So I've also wanted out of cocktails for like 3-4 years now, which is why I got my certifications that I did, and it finally pushed me into a different career. But I'm happy with it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like it's almost like when you have a job, it's like golden handcuffs. Like for you and I, Marianne, we're both cocktail waitresses. And even though no one ever, when they're young, say, oh God, I wish I could grow up to be a cocktail waitress. When you're here, you realize the money, that you make. And even though it's not maybe something you want to brag about, but in the reality is it's something that's very sustaining and you can, raise a family and you can buy a house and whatever. But
And that's what you
maybe
said. There shouldn't be any judgment on the type of
right,
job that you have because you don't know if you're not in it.
exactly. But sometimes when I think people are in it, they even feel bad about themselves and they always think, I'm just going to do this until I'm 30 and then I could do, some other quote real job, and I think
We all said that.
we've all said that, right?
We all said that.
And then maybe if this pandemic didn't happen, you would stay in it until you're
Oh,
50, 60, 70 years old. But because of this pandemic happening, it forced you to have to go, okay, if I couldn't do what I'm doing anymore,
Mhm.
which you can't, what would I do? And then
Yep.
for you, for example, you were smart enough to go to school and then, get your certification and do what you really would love to do. Maybe it's not monetarily at the beginning the
Oh
same.
yeah, financially it's not going to be great in the beginning, but I do want to make it a career, and I'm fortunate enough to know a few people in the industry that are pushing me in the right direction, and it's not about the money anymore. I mean, if anything, this has been a humbling process money wise.
But that's what I'm saying. Do you think if the pandemic didn't happen, you'd be where you are now with this career choice?
Nope.
Right.
I could tell you right now, I'd still be cocktailing on the strip, probably not wanting to give up, the extra income and stuff. I probably, I probably would have kept the certifications and stuff and continue on with that, but I wouldn't have made that leap for sure.
So what about you, Josh? So like,
Well, it's taken away baseball, which was pretty much a permanent part of my life outside of school.
Hmm.
so
before the
you
pandemic.
think definitely it's been a negative for you, the pandemic?
I Well, no, I think a lot of it's been positive for me personally, only because I've had more time like I've spent a lot of time with like Brandon and Brooklyn, who come from out of town. I've
That's-
seen them a lot more than I have in the last 10 years.
So you
So
think without the pandemic, you would not have spent as much time with your family? Is that
definitely not.
but you're saying baseball, that did have a negative effect because you
Yeah.
can't really continue with that without without socialization because of social distancing. You're not
Yes.
able to do as much. Hi.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so what's the most annoying quote or cliche or saying?
Oh God, I know.
Okay, go ahead.
Better to have loved and lost than never have loved before.
That was my previous show.
Oh my,
I
serious?
totally agree. Like
Oh,
I would rather not know what I'm missing than like that.
oh,
That's just me.
absolutely.
Yeah. Some people feel like the experience is better than is worth the loss of that experience, but I feel like it's much better to not to not know what you've never known.
Yeah, so if you didn't know about it,
Right. I
you would
agree.
have or mourn it.
So what about you, Josh? What do you think?
I hate when people say that they're hangry.
Oh my God, I say that all the time.
First of all, Marianne, you're too old to say that because I only learned that phrase myself, like probably a couple of years ago. I had no idea what
Uh-huh.
it is. That's like for generation. What are you generation? Like XYZ now?
I'm Z, right?
Gen
Yeah.
Z,
Okay.
yeah, they're Gen Z.
So if Marianne, if you and I were to use hangry, we just be like Biden trying to, look cool. So we should never use that phrase. What do you think, Josh?
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't think anyone should use it.
Okay,
right, but
I
you
won't
saw
ever.
somebody that was like 50 years old using that, you'd be like, oh, you're trying to look cool, but you're really
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I just understand the term because when I get extremely hungry, I'm going to punch someone in the face.
Well, definitely, I feel like that's something we all felt, but to actually put a terminology to it,
Yeah.
it's annoying. Because
Okay.
so for me, I feel like the thing that one of the phrases I love the most is karma, which I know you have tattooed on yourself, because I don't believe in karma. I think shit just
No, I
happens.
know.
Good or bad, bad things happen to good people, good things happen to bad people. It's just whatever happens. It's not like some cosmic, somebody out there going, oh, Marianne, you did this, so now I'm going to keep an eye on you, make sure you get your just desserts. Because I feel like another thing that people who believe in karma don't realize is everyone talks about the going around. They'll say like, oh, Hitler's going to get his, it's karma. But they don't talk about the original. So in other words, if something bad happens to you and you believe in
Okay.
karma,
Mhm.
you should say, you know what? I deserve it. Obviously, I did something to deserve that, right? I feel like people who complain about What about me? Why is this happening to me? If you believe in karma, don't complain, right?
No, I've thought that. That's actually why I had it tattooed on my wrist, because like when shit hits the fan and something shitty has happened to me, I'm like, okay, well, I haven't been a saint my entire life, you know? I do feel that.
But what about, say, like a child who is born, gets raped, and then is killed? What do they do? But if you believe in karma, you would have to say, well, that baby deserved it. Because if you really, really believe in karma, you have to say that bad thing happened to that person or that baby for it to be raped and killed, correct? Which is why I don't believe in karma, because I don't believe that kids who are abused and then killed, or abused and abused, I don't believe they did anything wrong.
That's Ollie.
Oh my
That's
God.
that's just an opposing view, because you're atheist and I do believe that there's a higher power. That's just it's just a difference. Like, and mind you, I completely get what you're saying, because if something happened to one of my daughters, I would be like, I would just die.
Correct. But
happened
if
to
you really
daughter.
believe in karma, you would say, well, they deserve it.
It's or I deserved it.
But if they're the ones that's suffering, like, I don't believe in it. So if something happened to Trinity, I'd be like, oh my God, that's freaking awful. I would never be like, well, she deserved it. She must have done something bad.
True.
You know what I'm
The
saying?
rule of three.
Like, I feel like, especially, okay, so you brought the atheism thing. I feel like a lot of people who are not atheists have a view of atheists as if they're amoral, which is two
No,
completely different things.
that's not my view on atheism.
Right. Because I almost feel like when you're atheist and you do the right thing, you're doing it more out of like a better place. Because in other words, if I'm doing something, I think it's right. I think you should be doing something right just because it's the right thing to do, not because if I don't do it,
That's the way you want to live your life.
correct. And it shouldn't be because some God is watching over me going, Dolly, you know, you need to do the right thing if you want to go to heaven. Like, I don't care about that. I just do the right thing because I feel like it's the right thing to do. So I feel like I'm a quote better person than somebody who's religious and does it because they don't want to go to hell, or they want to go to heaven.
You already know how I feel about Bible
Right.
thumpers.
But that's my point. I think it all ties to karma. I feel like if something happened to somebody that, you know, is completely innocent, I recognize that it's just a shitty thing that happens. It's not because they deserve it. And if somebody does something bad, say let's bring Hitler again. People go, "Oh, he's going to get his." He's not going to get his, because even if somebody were to torture him and kill him, he's one person as opposed to quote 6 million Jews or whoever that got killed. So how did he get his? Right? I mean, there is no quote getting theirs. It's just some people get shit happening to them and it fucking sucks. But there's no karma, because I feel like that's something that people who are religious or believe in that do to make themselves feel better. Oh, he's going to get his. So in their mind, they feel good now.
I understand that, because like sometimes like I feel like just, you know, like maybe I need to hold on to that, because I feel like, you know, it's scary for me to wake up in the morning and not believe in a higher power.
But that also is my point. I feel like people who are religious, they do it because they need to hold on to something because they're not strong enough in their own personality or confidence to know that, hey, this is the way life goes. I'm in charge of my life. You know, good things happen, bad things happen, you know, and because they're not strong enough, they need to go, oh, there's a God. So there's a hope for me that even when I die, I have an everlasting life. And that makes me be able to go on, because I feel like those kind of people, if you're to say to them, when you die, that's it, then they don't know what to do with that kind of information.
Yeah.
They're not strong enough to, and of course, I don't know that for a fact, but that's what I believe.
Yeah. No, and you know, me, I'm pagan. I'm a witch. It's more like a nature-based,
Right.
natural, like tree hugging type of spirituality. And it's just like, I don't know, energy cannot be created nor destroyed, but does it retain consciousness? Like you said. I mean,
Right. Nobody knows.
I don't know. I haven't died and come back. So
Right.
I understand where you're coming from.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like for the, I mean, to make it sound like I'm an asshole, like I feel like people who believe in God or a God, they're weak because they don't have the confidence to say, you know what, I should make the most of life as it is now because this is my life. And when it's done, it's done. Because I think a lot of people who have belief in a higher power think there's something after this. So it's kind of okay because I know if I die, there's something after that. And that gives them comfort. Whereas me, I don't believe that. So I say, make the most of what you have now.
Right
Live
now.
your life. Do what's right because it's the right thing to do, period. Whether or not you get a reward, it's just the right thing to do. That's it. And I feel like that's actually more admirable than somebody who says, if I do the right thing, my Lord has a reward for me in heaven. Because that's more self-serving.
Well, us pagans don't believe in the devil, so.
Well, but what I'm saying is people who believe in what goes around comes around for the most part,
Mhm.
I think that's to comfort themselves. It's like when you send thoughts and prayers, you're
Oh.
really not doing anything, but you're comforting yourself. Think you make yourself feel like you're doing something when really you're not doing anything. If you say I'm sending my thoughts and prayers and then someone else says, I don't give a shit, you two are actually doing the same exact thing because neither
Yeah.
one of you are taking action to do anything, except one person is feeling like, oh, I did something, I feel good.
Mhm.
And I can judge this person for not giving a shit. Now, if you go out there, whether you believe in God or you don't believe in God, if you go out there with, the Haiti earthquake or whatever, and you actually help people, now you're putting your action where your actually beliefs are. So
Mhm.
then to me, that is actually living what you believe. But if
Yeah.
you just, on Facebook, oh, I'm sending my thoughts and prayers,
Yeah.
go
No,
fuck yourself,
yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And actually that's worse than somebody who says, I don't give a shit. Because by saying I'm sending my thoughts and prayers, you make yourself feel better. You make yourself feel like, oh, I care when you really don't care.
When you really don't give a shit.
Right. So
No, you're right. I mean, I completely get it. But I mean, I came to my conclusion based off of, as a teenager, like the whole Catholicism being shoved down my throat. So I started studying all religions, all spirituality paths, and I just did what agreed most with me. But I'm not disagreeing with you and what you're saying. I
that's
absolutely,
what I'm saying. Like Joshua, I mean, I know,
yeah. Joshua.
is Catholic or whatever.
No,
I feel like the best atheist comes from a background of religion.
Yeah.
So
well,
I
and
was
I live in a Christian, and I live with Christian parents
right.
who.
So
But I'm what?
so what do you think about that?
No, I'm an agnostic.
Oh,
So
good.
agnostic means you admit or you acknowledge that there's a higher power, but you don't exactly know what it is.
No, it's that I believe that there's no reason for that. No one will ever know until you die. So there's no point in like even arguing about it because no one knows, truly if there is a God or if there isn't a God until you
But
die.
is that the definition of agnosticism? I felt like
It's not. It's the fact. It's not denying or believing in something. So I don't really. I don't believe in anything. Really, is what that means.
but you believe there might be something else higher
Well,
than you.
I'm not gonna. I'm saying that I'm willing to accept the fact that there is or isn't. But
Because nobody
I
knows.
really don't even.
Nobody really knows.
I don't have enough. I mean, obviously the information backs up that there isn't a God more so than there is a God. But
Yeah.
there's not a defining answer. Even though there is more information, there's still not a definite,
Do you
conclusion.
feel like being brought up religiously has has brought you more to that point than, you know what I mean? Because I feel
Oh,
like,
100%.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel like
See?
shut down your throat a little bit when you're brought up that way.
Yeah,
And I feel like
100%.
also a lot of people who believe in what they believe, if you ask them like at the core, why do you believe what you believe? Most of them will say, well, I was just brought up that way, which is not a good answer.
Yeah.
I feel like if
No,
someone
the fact
say,
that
well, because from my own experiences, I've come to that, that's a much better answer than because I was
Yes.
brought up that way.
But I think because you're an atheist now, I don't have just one point of view being like, you know, going in my ear. You know, I have 2 point of views to look from.
Well, and maybe I think that's a good thing. Once you're
Yeah.
when you grow up, you're
Yeah.
exposed to more things, because a lot of, you know, kids, they're going to be mimicking what they're brought up to be, whether it's religion or, you know, prejudice.
But it's like, and you're a liberal, and everyone else in my family is a conservative. So
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm not as liberal as everybody thinks that I am. I mean, I don't know why even at work, people, you know, I would say this, I'm not as liberal as everybody thinks that I am. I'm really not. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm right-wing extremist, but
You fall in the middle.
yeah, I'm going to say,
yeah, I'm a libertarian. So
well, I am too. And I think if you're going to define liberal or conservative, I'm liberal socially. Like, I feel like, you know, you can be who you want to be, and I'm fine with that. But I am conservative, like financially. I feel like people should be responsible for themselves, you know? So I'm not as liberal as everybody thinks that I am. I'm not like this, you know, I'm not going to go around and be like, you know, gay rights or whatever. Although I believe in that, I'm not going to, I'm
You're
actually,
not going to go out of your way.
yeah, I just feel like, you know, live and let live. You know, if
Yep.
it doesn't, if it doesn't affect somebody else negatively, you should live how you live. And in the same way, if it doesn't affect you, then you shouldn't care how somebody else lives their life. I think that's basically what it comes down for me. So,
I agree.
I guess, yeah. So, and that's good, because like, okay, so for this last election, I didn't vote, but if I were to vote, I would definitely vote libertarian. So in other words, my vote would not have counted because it would have been a throwaway vote, you know? So
Yeah.
I'm not really as liberal as everybody thinks that I am, but I think people bring their own shit to whatever view you have. So they immediately assume, say, if you're against Trump, they just assume you're automatically for the other side, when that's not necessarily the case.
No,
Maybe,
yeah. No.
right. But a lot of people who are hardcore one way or the other think if you think the opposite of them, because they're putting their own perceptions on you, they think you're automatically for the other side, when that's not true.
No.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
you're right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Okay, so dead man walking, if this was your last meal, what would be your last meal?
Oh man. That is freaking hard.
Joshua?
It'd definitely be sushi.
I was going to say the same thing,
Yeah.
but if it was right now, I might say Jumbo Jack from Jack in the Box.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to go with surf and turf.
Surf and turf? Yeah.
Mhm.
Not tacos? Because I thought maybe tacos was your favorite.
I love tacos, but you know how rare it is an occasion where I get to have surf and turf?
Yeah, I totally agree. That's why, like, if I'm going to a sushi restaurant, I'm not going to go for the miso soup or something,
Okay.
because I feel like I won't even get tuna, because I feel like you can get tuna maybe even on you know what I mean? Like, I just want something that I wouldn't get anywhere else.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like such a rare occasion. I get to eat lobster like once or twice a year.
Exactly.
Lobster.
I feel like there's nothing that beats lobster, even sushi, I feel like.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so what's the worst movie, Joshua, that you've ever seen?
The worst movie. Can I think about it for a second?
All right, Mary.
Oh God. Jeez.
All right, this is where I go pee, and I can edit.
I literally have to think about it too. The worst movie ever?
Okay, I can tell you the worst movie I've ever seen.
Okay, for you.
Jack and Jill with Joshua. Do you remember that,
Yeah.
Josh? Anna Sandler, when you made me go watch that?
Yeah, I was also like 7. So
You what?
I was also like 7, so
Yeah,
I
and you
thought it was
really-
funny then.
Yeah, you really liked that movie.
Like Waterboy.
Oh my God, that was awful. But the one line I really liked was when he wasn't his girlfriend Vicky Valance. Vicky,
In
yeah.
Waterboy? Yeah.
And then she came over, and Kathy Bates was his mom, and then she made her like those, was it crocodile crunchies or something?
They were
Oh,
the little
yeah.
tiny alligators. Yeah.
Yes.
That was not as bad as Jack and Jill.
Wow.
Okay, so when someone says to you, "Be yourself," is that good or bad advice?
I think it's bad advice.
I
Well,
feel like it is too.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like it even like it means that they think I'm not already being myself. Like,
But what if like say, I'm really nervous, I'm going for this interview, and someone goes, "Just be yourself."
oh yeah, still very bad advice.
Still, right?
Because you don't. I think you're really in like an interview or something. I think I'd rather do what I think they want me to do than
Correct.
Yeah.
to act like I act. Yeah.
Right. But you hear that a lot, don't you? Just be yourself.
Oh
You
yeah.
know,
Just yourself.
people
Yeah.
like you, just be yourself. Even if people don't want to be your friends, then really they don't, they're not worthy or whatever. No, you should be the person that you want to be,
Mhm.
right? So like you said, Josh, like if I'm going to be a salesperson, which I would never do, but if I were to go for a sales job,
You're not going to be yourself.
yeah, you cannot, because for me, I'm not a good salesperson, but if I really wanted a sales job, I'd have to act like,
Yeah.
somebody that, like an evangelist, TV evangelist, somebody that could really sell myself, a used car salesman, right?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Okay, Joshua, where have you traveled?
It like just in my life in general.
Yeah.
I've been to Africa.
What?
I know he had to
Yeah.
get like
Seriously?
those vaccines, right? Before you went.
Yeah, we had to get shots before we. I don't really remember that well, but yeah, I went to Africa. I've been to Amsterdam, and I've been to where did I go in Mexico? I went to I think we went to Tijuana, Mexico.
That's really, I feel like that's thanks to your dad, right? Because he actually loves to travel and everything. If you didn't have somebody that did that, I think that's really awesome. I really do, especially being so young. What do you think, Marianne?
That's awesome because I seriously, where I've traveled to, honestly, the Bahamas and everything is the States. Even if I went to Hawaii, it's still considered the U.S. Other than the States and Mexico, I really haven't ventured out like across seas or anything.
And that's all from your own choice as an adult, right? It wasn't because, yeah.
Choice and situational. I've always had to be like the financial responsible person. I've always felt that responsibility. So I've always been like very cautious that way and not frivolous with my money. And let's spend $10,000 and go backpacking for 2 months in Europe or something. I've never been that adventurous.
Okay, so this is a would you rather question. Okay,
Uh-oh.
Joshua, would you rather be reverse mermaid, which means you have a fish head and human bottom, or reverse centaur, which means you'd have a horse head and human bottom?
Horse head. Yeah.
Why?
I
Because
would've
you
gone
don't
with-
smell like fish.
Yeah, that's exactly why.
Oh my God.
What about you, Marianne?
I'm going with the same one. Reverse centaur.
I think so too. I think
Yeah.
the fish smell, I think that makes
That's a little bit of a turn off. Yeah. Horses are kind of have a cute face. So
Okay, so Marianne, would you rather use a hole in the ground for a year?
what?
What?
Use a hole in the ground.
Use
for
a
what?
hole in the ground, to go poop and whatever.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Or no toilet paper for a year.
Oh.
Poop in the ground.
You'd rather poop in the ground for a year?
Yeah.
You smell all that, oh, disgusting. So you'd rather be Indian for a year is what you're saying?
Yeah.
If I'm not gonna have toilet paper, how am I gonna clean my ass with my hand?
I don't know, your dog?
Exactly.
Ew, I don't have a dog, damn it.
You have
You
two.
have my dog.
I would use your dog.
Oh my God.
Okay. All right, Joshua. Would you rather every time the bell rings, you hear that stupid little girl from It's a Wonderful Life say,
Oh my God.
Okay.
every time the bell rings, an angel gets his
Yeah.
wings,
Oh God.
or every time a bell rings, Mike Tyson punches you in the throat?
I'll take the little girl from The Wonderful Life.
Yeah. No shit.
That's a tough one because that was fucking annoying.
It's annoying, but you don't want to get punched
And
by
it's
Mike Tyson.
overused now.
That's true. But Joshua watched It's a Wonderful Life for the first time this past Christmas.
Really?
Yeah. You
For
liked
the
it,
first
right?
time?
Josh?
It's very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. All right. So I want you guys to be each other's wingmen. So Marianne, if you were to be Joshua's wingman, what would you say about him?
He is the coolest, most amazing, just multi-talented boy I know. He will not disappoint you. He will hook you up. He is he is such a giver. He is such a giver.
He would never cheat on you because he didn't have to drink during that question.
Yeah, no
Right.
kidding. He might rat you out, but other than that, he's amazing.
All right, that was pretty good, Josh. What would you say about Marianne?
That I cheat.
Well, so
Drugs.
if
He's
you,
no
if you
longer
go out with
200 pounds.
go out with Marianne, be careful of other men and women. So any friends in general, you got to be careful about.
That's not selling her. You're supposed to say good things.
That's awesome. Oh my God, that's so.
Okay, all right, that was a fail. Okay, so all right, so I need you guys to explain this. Can you see it? I can't. I don't know why I can't see it. Okay, explain this video. Share screen. Okay, share. Okay, Marianne,
Mhm.
can you see this?
Yes,
Explain what's, okay, I'm gonna play this. Explain
I
what's
have.
going on here.
yeah.
What is going on here?
Mom, all we see is us again.
Yeah,
Okay,
there's no sound.
am I not doing this right?
I don't know, but there's no sound on it.
And I'm looking at ourselves.
What? Okay, wait, hold
It's
on.
like 7 tabs.
Okay,
Yeah, it
hold
looks like a
Zoom call.
3-foot screen.
I'm gonna share screen. Google Chrome. Oh, here we go. Okay, now do you see it?
Yeah.
Oh God, that's my
Okay.
Instagram, isn't it? Oh, man.
All right.
Oh, my little flash dancer.
Okay, here, I'm gonna put. Okay, what's going on here?
I put leg warmers on my little one, and I had her dance to "What a Feeling." And she really doesn't dance much better now that she's 5.
Is that the video workout we're doing?
Uh-huh. That's Monday's workout right there.
Oh my God, this is phenomenal. How old was she here?
Oh my God. I haven't seen that video in forever. I think she was like 2.5.
Is she wearing diapers under there?
Uh-huh. I think she was like 2.5. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
is
I haven't seen that
phenomenal.
forever. That's awesome.
Okay, Joshua, what is going on here?
This is when you first got Snapchat and you made me put the just the bunny filter. Yeah. Well, but see, the thing, you cropped out yourself in this picture. You're in this
Oh, God.
I mean,
I had nothing to do with this.
Really? Really? That looks like a you thing that you would do to him.
All right. So wait, hold on a second. We're gonna go down here and we're gonna say, okay. Okay, Joshua's videos. Okay.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. I have no idea what's going on here. I don't know what I'm doing. I was going to show a video. All right, never mind.
Hang on
Okay,
a sec.
yeah. Okay, all
I'm
right.
going to time out for like 30 seconds.
Okay, all right, Josh. So if somebody wanted to contact you, what's your contact info?
I prefer they contact me through Instagram.
Okay, and what's your Instagram
It's
info?
josh.hamilton.
Josh.Hamilton with one N?
2 N's.
So you have to explain that. Josh.Hamilton at 2 N's. Okay, so you don't care if anybody contacts you or
Yeah, it's fine. Anyone can contact
and anyone can? Okay.
me. Anyone that's female.
Okay. Do we lose Mary? Okay, Marianne, what's your
I'm
contact
back.
info?
It is Mary, Mary _Ann, ANN Jennings at yahoo.com.
Oh, you don't want them to contact you through your social media?
No.
Okay, because you want to keep this on the down low?
Well, no, because I already get weird requests on social media, if you know what I mean. Just like I would see some.
Joshua, have you requested her?
No. No, but don't you ever get that on Instagram? Like,
Oh,
some
no, I
weird
never
request?
do. Did you see my Facebook?
No.
Was it Sugar Mama? Sugar Mama had
That was freaking hilarious. I about pissed myself when I saw that. That was
yeah,
hilarious.
no, all the time I get stuff.
Yeah,
Even
that's what
like-
I'm saying. I get so many weird requests already. I'm just like, okay, if they're legit, just email me so I know it's not like an Instagram, like, oh, this one wants to follow you. And then you open it up and it's like, what the fuck? It's just like,
Okay, cool. All right, well, guys, thank you so much for being on my second Wingman show. I really
You got-
appreciate it.
Anytime.
Unlike my nephew who totally just didn't even respond to me. All
ouch.
right. Thank you so much. And
All right.
everybody, we'll see you next time. Thanks
All
for
right. Bye,
tuning in.
guys.